Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rucha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops, teachers of Great Millstone, and the like-minded men who may be not directly part of Great Millstone but affiliated following the same doctrine given to Apostle Tahar on down, from all the apostles, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab, and all the teachers and the men and elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well, Apostle Tahar. Salutations to the elect, men, women and children by after us, the house of David, the elect, who are predestined to be saved in these last days. So much going on. I was going to initially do a story about, do a video on the MOTB. Lord's will, I can get around to that and how it's a branding. Everybody's done videos on it before, but we got to keep on pushing, man. It's those times, measure out the time diligently in itself. And this, if you cannot see it, we are at the end of this man's rulership. Yeah, say it every time. 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And what we're seeing, as the apostles have gone into many times, is Ezekiel. Sorry, it's like a bit I was reading yesterday. Ezekiel 38. 100% coming to pass. As is the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, and it's a physical mark. As is the famine. As is the famine of the word, and so many other prophecies that I can't. Uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places. So much is going on, and like listen to a video today, GMS Universal 2. It's a beautiful time to be living, exact to know what time we're living in, and it's the end of this man's rulership, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Simple as that. So just to clarify, just to say, the Most High is not with Russia, but he's going to use them, as the apostles have said, because they are in the land of Gog and Magog. Yeah. But what we can see right now, look, see, World War III update. That's the spirit. Yeah. That's basically what this video is going to be called, technically around that time, around that name. And we'll get straight to the point. Ezekiel 38 and 4. And I will turn thee back. That's Russia. And what it means turning back is into the old thought pattern of the USSR. That's when Russia had its so-called empire. Yeah. And the way of dominating the East, especially of Europe and certain parts of the world, or influencing certain parts of the world. And when the Berlin Wall fell down in the 90s, that was kind of the end of the USSR, the Soviet Republic, and so what we know now is Russia went through years of turmoil. This is just a abridged version of history. Went through a period of turmoil, a period of being brought down low. But now what we're seeing is in the form of the leader Vladimir Putin. Yeah, is through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, I'm going to say, they're being brought back to the original state, Yeah, and what we're seeing is the beginnings, which is Matthew 24, 6, 7 and 8, the rumours of war, specifically in Matthew 7, wars and rumours of wars, yeah. But this is the beginning of sorrows, all right. So, as I'm going to do is get back to the Ezekiel 38. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them, clothed with all sorts of armour, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords, and that's what we're going to get to, yeah. And there's going to be a guard unto Persia, which is Iran, and Ethiopia and Libya. We can see the beginnings of this prophecy manifesting, yeah, being developed as we speak. It's a beautiful thing to see. Everything takes time. In its time. That's 2nd Esdras 4 and 37. Everything happens in its time. I'm going to get that. Said measure be fulfilled. Let me get that. And I really didn't have any scriptures lined up. I'm going to go to a few scriptures on the nukes in World War III. But everything's happening, you know, in its time when Yahweh Shem Yahshai determines. Yeah. 2nd Esdras 4 and 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until said measure be fulfilled. You know, but what we can see is Ezekiel 38 coming to pass. Yeah. The reason why I've said it is because today there's been a few speeches. I mean, there's that topic that I could have gone into. There's so much going on. Yeah, supermarkets rationing fruit over here in England. But here we are. This is in Reuters. I'm going to go to a little video as well, which is in WION. Russia's Putin issues new nuclear warnings to West over Ukraine. Lord, well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really focus on the scriptures. But I'm going to put this in the description box, so if you want to read it, if that's your thing. But I'm going to focus on the bullet points right now. Yeah. Putin tells West Russia cannot be defeated. Russia suspends. You saw Edom as a joke, man. Yahweh Shem Yahshai is beautiful. You know, why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Yeah. Yahweh Shai is the next ruler of this place, yeah. Yeah, simple as that. He's going to take the kingdom when he returns, and by definition, the elect will be join ears with Yahweh Shai. Simple. They don't even know that they've not considered. You know, they all think they're vying to be the next rulers, and Yahweh Shem Yahshai has got them in a trick bag. So it's beautiful, beautiful. Call hello Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Russia suspends participation in New START nuclear arms treaty. So we're really gonna. It's a treaty that was signed. I think it's 2010. I think the article goes into it, so I might read a bit of it. It goes into limiting the amount of nuclear weapon use. Right. Putin puts new strategic nuclear weapons on combat duty. President says Russia will resume nuclear tests if US does. Blinken, that's Secretary of State Blinken of the US. Move is deeply unfortunate and irresponsible. But at the end of the day, what is happening? This is happening. Right? Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahshai, the rivers of the water, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whither so he will. Let's go into understanding of the word heart. It's Lahab. Proverbs 21. It's Strong's H3820, and I went into this the other day, but lots of edification's sake. Inner man, mind, will, heart, understanding. Inner part, midst of things, the mind, lab. Yeah. Basically, Yahweh Shem Yahshai rules in the kingdom of men, and Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Here we are. Go here. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So Anthony Blinken don't understand, what's going on. They think they're controlling everything. The fact is, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is controlling everything. Yeah. Simple. And it's controlling the minds of these leaders to prepare war. I get that. Joel. I didn't really have any Joel 3. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. And didn't the EU nations, beast nations, NATO and the EU, declare the other day that each nation should invest more in weapons, in armory? And I actually watched the video, was it on Sky News yesterday, how an American factory is ramping up its arms production, specifically its artillery. This is the times we're living in. For the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, the end is near. Simple as. Yeah. Right. Plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Basically, plowshares, farming equipment, pruning hooks, farming equipment. Yeah. Pruning hook. Actually, let me go into this to be sure I'm correct. So what it's saying is in the scriptures there, don't put your money into investing in the economy, which allows growth for agriculture and such like, yeah, and to actually feed the people. What Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is determining right now in the minds of these rulers is to invest in armory, invest in weaponry, invest in war. Yeah, that's what Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is determining for them to do. Let me go to Jeremiah. Since I said armory, 50. I think it's 25. I read it earlier, so 15:25. Yeah. The Lord, Yahweh, have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. Yeah. For his work, for this is the work of the Lord, power, Yahweh, Hashem Yahshai of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. And that's talking about the nukes which will be used against Babylon the Great, which is America, that whore that sit up right off the beast. Yeah, it will be destroyed, and it will be a sacrifice. Isaiah 34th chapter, Isaiah goes into that, Revelation 18 goes into that, Jeremiah 50 goes into it, Jeremiah 49, 51, you know, so many scriptures. You know, it's going to be a desolate place, desolation. Let's play this video.
The nation addressed today. The main focus of the speech was on the war. The impact of sanctions on Russian economy also came up, and of course, very strong criticism of the US and NATO.
Те, кто планировали новую атаку на Донецк, на Донбасс, на Луганск, четко понимали, что следующая цель. Оказалось, что также пренебрежительно.
The Russian president launched an all-out attack on the West, blaming it for the escalation of the Ukraine conflict. He said the West has put the very existence of the Russian Federation at risk.
Элиты Запада не скрывают свои цели. Нанести России, как они говорят, это прямая речь, стратегическое поражение России. Что это значит? Для нас что это такое? Это значит покончить с нами раз и навсегда. То есть они намерены перевести локальный конфликт в фазу глобального противостояния.
Putin lashed out at the West for what he called their dictation of values. He also called out their superiority complex and looking down on other people.
Yeah, so doesn't it say in Daniel 7:20, read it earlier, his look was more stouter than his fellows. Speaking of the Babylon the Great, which is US. So the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Yeah. Wow. There's so much is happening. This is just amazing. What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to put this video also, Lord's will, in the description box, so that you can get it, because it's got some subtitles there, but I can't, on my phone I couldn't like enlarge it, you know. So Lord's will, you'll go to that video and watch it. I'm just going to bring out a few more scriptures. Isaiah 9 or 5, I think. I'll go straight to this point here. Here we are, Isaiah 9 and 5. Yeah. For every battle, the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this will be with burning and fuel of fire. Yeah, this, as Yahushua said, I think it's in Luke. Oh, come on, Dean. It's like, yeah. Already be kindled. It's 49 home. 21 and 49, I think. It's 21 and 14. 12 and 49, there we are. Luke 12 and 49. I have come to send fire on the earth. What will I if it already be kindled? So before Yahushua returns, you know, the fire, as in literal fire, will already be kindled, as in wars be all over the place. They'll be in the middle of World War III, and as the nukes fly, then Yahushua returns. Yeah, and then just from the east to tear him up and to take his kingdom. Yeah. On the chariots, by the way, which is the so-called UFOs, but they are the chariots of the Lord. Yeah, behold, Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh in clouds. Every eye shall see him, even those which pierced him. And that goes into two separate things. It goes into the fact that how he's going to return in the chariots, and also it goes into regeneration, reincarnation, which is the same thing. Yeah, so that's for another day, another topic. Yeah, well, I'm going to go to Isaiah 54 and 16. I'm going to end it off with second address. Behold, I have created the smith. Who's the creator? Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. The smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. So it was Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, as we read earlier, that put thoughts in the minds of the scientists to create the nukes, and they will be used. Simple as. They say that these leaders say they're for a deterrent, but they've been made for a purpose. Yeah. I'm going to go straight to second address, 16th chapter. Wow. Second address 16 and 13. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Yeah, it speaks about arrows, and arrows are sharp, yeah? And shall not miss. That means that the arrows that are shot, they're not going to miss the target, right? Wherever they may land, be it in the land of Israel or be it in Babylon the Great, definitely not, you know, or any other land where they are determined to be. Yeah. When they begin to be shot to the ends of the world, what arrow can be shot by a man to the ends of the world? None. It is speaking about the nukes, yeah? It's speaking about the ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. The apostles of Great Millstone have been over this topic thousands of times. I'm young, I'm a baby, I'm crawling. You know, if I can see it through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the water for that, the water for allowing the ability to put actually these few scriptures together. I'm very, very grateful. The water Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Behold, 2nd Address 16 and 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. So the nukes, they fly up, go out of the firmament, now the atmosphere, and they come back down again, yeah? The fire is kindled, 15th verse. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. The earth abideth forever. That's in Ecclesiastes, I think the first chapter. Ecclesiastes, Book of Solomon, the first chapter. Yeah, around about the 4th verse, yeah. So the earth will not be destroyed, it will be refreshed, renewed. As the apostles have gone into that many times, yeah. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Yeah, with that, Lord's will, this is just the information on the nukes will be sent, and that Vladimir Putin and the leaders of this world are controlled by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and when the time is determined, when Yahweh Shem Yahushai determines it, obviously we know, just to clarify, the MOTB, which is Revelation 13th chapter, 16th verse, down to the 18th, specifically the 17th, not being able to buy or sell, must be made mandatory first before World War III properly kicks off and the nukes fly. That is part of the time in prophecy, yeah, until all be fulfilled, which we read in 2nd Ezra 4th chapter. Yeah, that is really important to understand. Yeah, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it will be, famine of the word definitely would have happened by that time. Yeah, but important caveat: the MOTB, Revelation 13th chapter, 16th chapter, 13th chapter, 16th verse, 17th verse must be implemented, will be made mandatory before the nukes fly. Okay, that's just to clarify that. And Revelation 14th, 16th, 20th chapter, I think 19th as well, goes into the punishment for receiving that mark. The hour of temptation is fastly approaching. With that, before I rattle on, I'm going to say, Lord's will. This was edifying to the elect from the hopeful elect. I'll say shalom.